I'm not going to ask how you know, because I know the answer is going to be maybe same. I've loved this guy a long time. There must be 50 ways to love Paul Simon. When I was a boy, I loved the song Me and Julio, down by the schoolyard. Loved it. When it came on in the car, I would freak out. This is how I heard songs when I was 6 years old, or 7, or however old I was, sitting in a car that was being driven by a grown-up. Very little control over where I was going, the velocity with which we were traveling, how long I was going to be at the place we were going, when we were going to do something else. None. Somehow the radio was a great way of feeling some sense of agency. I liked Me and Julio, and I liked American Pie, which I thought was called Bye Bye Miss American Pie, because why wouldn't I? And Paul Simon got in there really early on and has camped out there. Now, it turns out, later in my life, I found out that earlier in my life, I had known Paul Simon because my parents had a Simon and Garfunkel album that they played a lot. That says a lot about me and my parents. They also had Steppenwolf records and Jefferson Airplane. So that kind of balances it out. It does tell you the era my parents were adulting in before they had kids. And then when I was in college, when I was at university, the album Graceland came out, and it was a sensation. Undergrads loved it. The undergrads loved it. Wandering around, playing it, hearing it coming out of dorm rooms, hearing it coming out of dorm room windows, and people would take their speakers and put them in the window. This is how big a speaker was. That's how heavy it was. Did you like my mime? Frisbee, hanging around, listening, hanging around. And it's not an album for undergrads. It's an album for midlife. My traveling companion is 9 years old. He's the child of my first marriage. That didn't settle into me until I was experiencing some of the things Paul Simon might have been experiencing when he went through some midlife stuff, like leaving Carrie Fisher and getting with Edie Brickell. Classic midlife kind of thing. He'd already accomplished so much by that point. Whatever happens, whatever you do or don't do, I think certain things hit you in phases of life. So an album that you knew when you were 18 comes and gets you later in life, and somehow something else is breathed into it. And when I was traveling with my traveling companion, who was 21 or 22 years old, she was my cousin, who had been graduated from university, and we were traveling together and listening to Graceland. So it moves on and on, it goes on and on and on and on.